Jean-Marc Sanchez, as a Spaniard, what are you feeling right now? I mean, is this the end of an era, or is this a bump in the road?
I think it's probably both. I feel extremely concerned about that, and we're coming from your correspondent just say that from a complex and difficult story. I mean, Spain is a young democracy, and you don't play with this kind of things. I mean, Mr. Puigdemont is playing with fire since the very beginning. And I expect there will be a strong reaction from Madrid within the next few hours now. So let's see if the Prime Minister, after the meeting of a weekly meeting of a cabinet that will take place, should have taken place this morning, but did not take place because the Senate was voting in Madrid, will decide. And I think we'll probably know that today, at the very latest tomorrow.
We're certainly entering uncharted waters, aren't we? I mean, and for the viewer who's just tuning in, we just should perhaps remind them that you're watching their footage of the Catalan Parliament, which has just declared independence, an event which would have been unthought of back in 1978 when that constitution was signed off by, as correspondent called it, the founding fathers, a number of whom were Catalan at the time. Certainly, where to from here for Spain? Because the concern is that this might fuel other independence movements in the country, for instance, Galicia or with the Basques.
Well, the story is a bit different. If you just step back to history, to make a long story short, the construction of modern Spain comes from the early 1600s, late 1500s. Then all the former or first kingdoms of Spain up north, which were Galicia, the Basque country, Navarra, Aragon, were the first one, and some of them became historical regions, autonomías históricas, compared to the other ones. There were probably 300 to 250 years, according to the historians, between the beginning of the liberation of Spain from the Ottomans to the very end of it, to the end of the Caliphate of Granada. Catalonia has always been a part of an other larger structure. It has never been an independent state in itself, neither a kingdom. This is actually one of the revendications of the Catalans, never anyone. We want to be free. Free from who? Free from what? The Basques and the Galician are in a total different situation. The Basques have been able to preserve their privileges, and in particular, the tax issue is really something extremely important. When the Basque head of government, Lehendakari, collects taxes, he collects taxes for the Basque country, not for Madrid. Rather than in Barcelona, the tax collection goes back to Madrid to help other regions of Spain. Basically the same actually system that works in other countries, in Italy or in France. So I think that, yes, some other regions could ask for more. Now, what can they have more than they already have? I mean, except the tax issue, which was a major issue for the Catalans. For instance, the Basque country in Spain has the largest, widest, and most ancient autonomy status in all Western Europe. So if the statute would have been accepted, except two issues, the language and the recognition of Catalonia as a different nation from Spain, they would basically have had the same rights and privileges the Basques have. So what else do they want to do and to have? Basically, what makes the difference between the state and a part of a state? Foreign affairs and public defense. That's all. That's all what's missing to be an independent state. We've got basically all.